Yeah, hi. In this session, I'm taking some questions from geometry section. Uh, One of the students has sent so many questions, doubts, in fact. So let me take the questions one by one. And once again, the suggestion is you just try to do the questions on your own, then just go for the solution or explanation. Okay, so this is the very first question in the series. What is the area of the shaded region? Length and breadth of the rectangle is 10 and 20 units respectively. So precisely we have to find out the area of this triangle, right? This is the shaded region. So the question is really simple. See, what is the area of a rectangle? That is length into breadth. That means this into this, right? This into this. That is the area of rectangle, right? Suppose this is L and this is B, then area will be L into B. Now what is the area of a triangle? That is half base into height. What is the base over here? Length. So it's half length. What is the height over here? That is B. Okay, so area of rectangle is L into B and area of triangle is half of L into B, isn't it? So you don't have to calculate anything. Whatever is the area of rectangle, you just have to do half of that. That will be the area of this triangle, or we can say the shaded region. So 10 into 20, 200 is the square unit is the area of rectangle. That means area of triangle will be half of that. That is 100. Now it really doesn't matter what is the shape of this triangle. You can draw the triangle like this. If you are having the, just a moment, maybe triangle. So as I was saying, there is, I mean, it doesn't matter what is the shape of the triangle, right? If triangle and the rectangle, if they share the base, the common base is there, right? As we can say, see in this case. So whether we have this triangle or this triangle or this triangle, the area will remain same. That is half of this area of this rectangle. Okay, so no need to go for any sort of lengthy calculation, nothing has to be done. Okay, so as in the previous case, if you are asked what is the area of the shaded region, that I have already calculated. What is the area of non-shaded region? In that case, you can definitely further it will be half, because half is triangle, so half is non-shaded region. So this way you can do this sort of problems easily. Okay, now on the same concept, I have one more problem. Let's see that. So ABCD is a parallelogram. PQRS are points on sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively, such that AP is equal to DR. AP is equal to DR, and if the area of the rectangle, initially the word parallelogram has been used, but now it has been mentioned that it's a rectangle. So area of rectangle ABCD is 16, then area of the quadrilateral PQRS is. So PQRS. Precisely PQRS is made up of two triangles. One is this and one is this. Okay. Now, as I explained you in the previous question, see in this case also PRCB. If you see PRCB, this is a rectangle, and PRCB rectangle, and in this we have a triangle inside this, that is RQP, that shares the base. Okay, so PR is common between rectangle and this triangle, right? And the height of this triangle is same as length of this rectangle we are talking about till here. Okay, so that means area of this triangle will be half that of area of this rectangle PRBC. Okay. Similarly, in this case also, area of this triangle PSR will be half of area of PADR, right? That is rectangle. PADR, that is a rectangle. This rectangle and this rectangle, that is a complete rectangle ABCD, right? And area of ABCD is 16. That's already been given. Area of this triangle plus area of this triangle. Area of this triangle is half of this. Area of this triangle is half of this rectangle. Okay, so area of this, both the triangle combined, will be half that of the area of the rectangle, right? So that will be 8. obviously, and 8 is basically area of this triangle plus this triangle, and this triangle plus this triangle, if we combine, we get the quadrilateral PQRS. So area of this quadrilateral PQRS will be nothing but 8. Okay, so whenever a rectangle and a triangle, they share a side, and if the other side is equal to the height of the triangle, then area of that triangle will be half than that of the rectangle. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear in your mind. A good number of students and teachers, they use a virtual reasoning method over here to solve the problems based on a rectangle and a triangle, but it really doesn't require over here. You just cut this piece and shift it over here. It really doesn't require, because it's really a simple concept. Whenever you are having a rectangle and a triangle, and the triangle is sharing the base with the rectangle, the area will be definitely half in case the height and the length of the rectangle is same. Okay, so no need to go for the calculation, lengthy calculation, no shifting of pieces, nothing is required. I hope that's clear in your mind. AB is perpendicular to BC, BD is perpendicular to AC, CE bisects angle C. Okay, CE bisects angle C, that means this is point E actually. So this angle is equal to this angle. Doesn't look like, but yes. Okay. Angle A is 30, then what is angle CED? CED, that means we have to find out this angle. Now even you don't need paper and pen to solve this problem. See, this is 90, this is 30, that means this entire angle is 60, right? So if this entire angle is 60, half of that will be 30. So this portion is 30. Now this is 90, that means this will be 90. So 90, this is 30, that means this should be 60. So CED must be 60 degree. No calculations required at all. So that's very simple question that has been asked. I hope it's clear. Total circumference of smaller circles if the diameter of the biggest circle is 20 meter. Okay, so diameter of the bigger circle is nothing but the sum of diameters of these two small circles. Okay, so suppose I assume the radius of this circle is R1 and radius of this circle is R2. So that is 2R1 plus 2R2 is equal to 20 meter, right? That is diameter of the bigger circle. That means R1 plus R2 is equal to 10. Now we have to find out total circumference. So circumference is nothing but 2 pi r, right? So I just multiply both the side by 2 pi, or what I can do, I can multiply over here by pi. So it's 2 pi r1 plus 2 pi r2 is equal to 20 pi. Okay, so that's pretty simple. No need to go for the lengthy calculations. I hope that's clear to you. In the given figure, AB is the diameter of the circles, and points C and D are on the circumference such that CAD is 30 degree. Okay, I just draw that. CAD. So CAD, that means this angle is 30 degree, and CBA is 70 degree. CBA, so this angle is 70 degree. Okay, what is the measure of angle ACD? ACD, so we have to find out this angle. Okay, now since AB is the diameter, this angle will be 90 degree, right? Because angle in semicircle is 90 degree. So this angle is 90, so that means this is 70, right? And this is 70 is given, so that means this angle will be 20 degree. Okay, we have to find out this angle, that is x. Now ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral because all the 4 points are there on the circumference of the circle. So sum of opposite angles must be 180 degree, right? So this is 30 plus 20, 50. This is 90 plus x. In fact, the sum of all these 4 should be 180 degree. Okay, so we can easily calculate the value of x. 90 we already have, then this is 50, that means x has to be 40 degree to make this plus this plus this plus this to be 180. So what is the value of x? That is 40 degree. Okay, so that's very simple problem. We just should be knowing the concept that angle in semicircle is 90 degree. That's it. Clear? Now one more very simple question with us. If ABCD is a square and BCE is an equilateral triangle, what is the measure of angle DEC? DEC, that means we have to find out this angle. Now BCE is an equilateral triangle and BC is nothing but the side of the square. That means CE is equal to CD, isn't it? CE will be equal to CD because BC is equal to CD. Both of them are side of the square. So CE is equal to CD. Okay. That means this angle will be equal to this angle, right? And this angle is what? This is 90, angle of this square, and this is 60. It's an equilateral triangle, so this is 60. So 90 plus 60, this is 150. Okay, so in triangle DCE, if this angle is 150 and these two sides are equal, that means these two angles are equal. That means each both of them together is 30 degree. So individually they are 15 degree. Okay, so very simple problem. I hope that's clear. In the given figure, AB is parallel to DE. AB is parallel to DE. Find the value of x. So first of all, let's complete this figure by just extending this line AB. So now we can find out the value of x easily. This angle is 95 degrees, so this angle will also be 95. Both of them will be equal because corresponding angles are equal, right? Since line AB is parallel to line DE, so this angle and this angle, these are corresponding angles, so they will be equal. So if this is 95, this has to be 85 degree because this is a linear pair. So if this is 95, this has to be 85 to make the complete angle as 180 degree. Okay. Similarly, this is 120 degree, that means this is 60 degree. Linear pair for the same reason. So 60 degree, 85 degree. So 8 and 6, 145 degree is already there. To make the sum of the three angles to be 180 degree, we need to deduct 145 from 180. So it comes 35 degree. Okay. So that's very simple. We just have used the very simple concept of parallel lines, the corresponding angles are equal. Okay. So concept of corresponding angle and concept of linear pair, nothing else. PQRS is a square, SR is a tangent at point S to the circle with center O, and TR is equal to OS. Then ratio of area of the circle to the area of the square is once again very simple question. No need to go for much of the calculation. OS, since no data has been given, we can assume the data. That will make the problem simple to solve. So see, I assume this radius of this triangle to be 3, suppose. So if this is 3, OT has to be 3. Now TR is equal to OS, that's already been given. That means this has to be 3. Now this entire length is 6, this is 3. So we can calculate the side of the square. So side of the square will be 6 square, that is 36 minus 9. So side of the square will be 36 minus 9, that is root 27. Okay. So area of the square will be 27. That is area of the square, and the ratio of area of the circle to the area of the square. So area of the square we just have to put up in the denominator, and the area of this circle will be pi r square. So pi into r square, that's 9. So it's pi by 3. Simple. I hope this is clear. This is 36. So 6 square is 36, 36 minus 9, so that's 27. That is SR will be root 27 according to Pythagoras theorem, because this angle will be 90 degree. Tangent and the angle between radius of the circle and the tangent is always 90 degree. We should be knowing that. So it's this length will be root 27. So area of the square will be 27. So that's 27 over here, and the area of the circle is pi r square. So pi into 3 square. So Just cancel it, you'll be getting pi by 3. Okay. In triangle ABC, angle B is right angle and AC is equal to 6. Angle B is right angle. AC is equal to 6. D is the midpoint of AC. So this is 3, this is 3. What is the length of BD? See, a very simple concept has been used over here. See this triangle ABC, this is a right angle triangle, right? And you can recall the concept of a circle and a triangle, right? This, if this triangle is inscribed in a circle, I just show you over here. Wait a moment. Now when I draw the circle, now you can do this problem very easily. See, in this triangle and in this circle, right? If this angle is 90 degree, that means AC, this is what this is angle in semicircle, and that's, if it is 90 degree, that means AC has to be diameter. If AC is diameter, that means D is the center of the circle, because this length D is the midpoint of AC. So this is center of the circle. So this 3 and this 3, these are nothing but the radius of the circle. In that case, BD, that we have to find out, that will also be radius of the circle. So it has to be of 3 centimeter only. Okay. So very beautiful, very simple concept we have used over here. So angle in semicircle is 90 degree. Here AC is nothing but the diameter of the circle. D is the midpoint. So AD is equal to DC is equal to radius of the circle. Similarly, BD will also be radius of the circle. Okay. So that will be having the length as 3 centimeter. Clear? So just by drawing this circle, you can do this problem very easily. From a circular sheet of paper with a radius of 20 centimeter, 4 circles of radius 5 centimeter each are cut out. What is the ratio of the uncut to the cut portion? Okay, so to make the problem simple, I just find out the ratio of this entire circle and ratio of these 4 circles. So I'm sorry, the area of entire circle and area of these 4 circles. So area of this entire circle is 20 pi into 20 into 20, and the area of this 4 circle is 4 into pi into 5 into 5, right? So this portion is nothing but 1/4 of this entire circle, right? This portion, the portion occupied by these 4 circle is nothing but 1/4 of the whole circle. Okay, so that means this portion is what? That is 3/4 of the whole circle. Okay, so nothing has to be done. So uncut is 3/4 and cut is 1/4. So that's 3:1 ratio. Clear? Given that AC is equal to BD, AD is equal to 15, AE is equal to 9, find the area of the trapezium. Okay, so I just complete the figure first of all. So AD is 15, AE is 9, this is 90 degree angle. So AED, this length ED will be 12 Pythagorean triplets. 3 3s are, 3 5s are, so it should be 3 4s are. 3 4 5 Pythagorean triplets are there. So their multiple will also be Pythagorean triplets. So 9, 12 and 15. So we get the area of triangle AED. AE is 9 and ED is 12. But we have to find out the area of trapezium ACBD. So since AC is equal to BD, okay, so what we can do, this portion ACE, this is having the same area as, suppose I assume this point to be P, because this side is equal to this side, this is equal to this, and this angle is 90 degree. So triangle BPD and triangle ACE, they will be congruent to each other. So it will be something like this. Okay, if I take this piece, I can join this piece over here. So this will be like this. Okay, because BD is equal to AC. So now I get A, I assume this to be, suppose M. So AMDE as a complete rectangle. Okay, now as we have already discussed, let's see, in this case it's now very simple because ED, the complete length is 12 and the width is 9. So 12 into 9, that will be the area of this rectangle. So that's 108. Okay, so what we have done, since we know that triangle area of triangle AEC will be equal to area of triangle BPD, and since BD is equal to AC, we can use this piece over here. We can join this piece over here to make this rectangle a complete figure. Okay, so this is how this problem can be solved easily. I hope that's clear. The figure shows a circle of diameter AB, radius 6.5, that means AB should be 13 diameter. If chord CA is 5 centimeter long, find the area of triangle ABC. So triangle ABC, we have to find out the area. Now since AB is diameter, angle C will be 90 degree, that is angle in semicircle. Now if this is 13, this is 5, at this angle is 90 degree, that means this should be 12, 5, 12 and 13, Pythagorean triplets. So now we have to find out the area of triangle ACB. So that's half base into height. So that is half of 12 into 5. That is half of 60. That is 30. Okay. So just a simple concept we have used. Angle in semicircle is 90 degree. So once we know that this is a right angle triangle, it's really easy to find out the area. Okay. In the given figure, EADF is a rectangle and ABC is a triangle whose vertices lie on the sides of EADF and AE 22, BE 6, CF 16, BF is equal to 2. Find the length of the line joining the midpoints of side AB and BC. I have marked the point, side AB midpoint and side BC midpoint. So what I do is I just okay. Now you must be knowing the midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem, the line segment connecting, I have written it over here, just look at it. The line segment connecting the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and is congruent to one half of the third side. So this is midpoint. I assume this to be P and Q. So Q is midpoint of BC and P is midpoint of AB. So PQ will be parallel to AC, one thing, and length of PQ will be half of AC, that is the other thing. Now since this length is 22, if this is 16, it has to be 6. Since AEFD is a rectangle, so diff 22, it has to be 22. To make it 22, it has to be 6. Now this is 8, so it has to be 8. Now this angle is 90 degrees, so 6, 8, 10, Pythagorean triplets. ACD is right angle triangle. So if this is 10, it has to be 5. Okay, simple, according to midpoint theorem. So just note down the midpoint theorem if you are not aware of it. I take the next one. QR is parallel to ST. What is the length of PR? So QR is parallel to ST. So we have to find out the length of PR. I suppose it to be X. Now triangle PQR and triangle PST, they will be similar to each other, right? This angle is common. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle, right? So triangle PQR will be similar to triangle PST. Okay. So if two triangles are similar, then their sides are in ratio. Okay, so what I can see is 5.4, this 5.4 by 3.6 is equal to, I suppose PR is X, so X upon 3.2. Okay. So 48 by 10, that is 4.8. This is known to be the basic proportionality theorem also. If triangle PQR is similar to triangle PST, so then if QR is parallel to ST precisely, so PQ will by QS will be equal to PR by RT. Okay, so basic proportionality theorem. I hope it's clear. In triangle ABC, points PQR are the midpoints of sides AB, BC and CA respectively. If the area of triangle ABC is 20 square units, find the area of triangle PQR. So since this is not maybe nothing's not equilateral or maybe right angle triangle, nothing has been given. I just take a simple example of a right angle triangle over here to explain this concept. Okay, so here I have drawn the this right angle triangle. Suppose this is A, B and C, and this is P, Q and R. Right. Now what PQR are midpoints of AB, AC and BC respectively. Now I assume the sides to be 6, 8 and 10 Pythagorean triplets. Now since P and Q are midpoints of AB and AC, so according to midpoint theorem, the length of the PQ will be, length of the line will be half of BC and it will be parallel to PC. So if it is 8, sorry, 6, 8 and 10. So if this is 8, it has to be 4. This is 10, for the same reason it has to be 5. If this is 6, for the same reason it has to be 3. So area of this triangle is half of 6 into 8 and area of this triangle will be half of 4 into 3, right? So precisely area will be nothing but 1/4 of this original triangle. Okay, 6 into 8 and 3 into 4, so it's 1/4. So the same concept is applicable over here for any triangle, right? If you join the midpoints of all the three sides and you make a new triangle, then the area of this triangle will be nothing but 1/4 of the original triangle. Okay, so I try to explain this concept using a right angle triangle to make it simple. So I hope this concept is clear. So area of triangle, the larger triangle, if it is 20, then the area of this triangle, that is triangle PQR, that PQ and R are the midpoints of the given sides, will be 1/4 of 20, so that's 5. Okay. AB is the diameter of the given circle while points C and D lie on the circumference as shown. If AB is 15, okay, CD is on circumference and AB is diameter, that means this angle must be 90 degree. Similarly, this angle must be 90 degree, that is angle in semicircle. Now AB is 15, AC is 12. So this is 12, this is 15, 3 5s are, 3 4s are, that means this should be 3 3s are. So it BC must be 9. Okay, if BC is 9, BD is also given to be 9. So if this is 15, this is 9, it has to be 12. So this is a right angle triangle ADB and this is a right angle triangle ACB. So if you have to find out the area of the quadrilateral ACBD, you can find out area of both the triangles. So area of each triangle is half into 9 into 12. So area of both the triangles will be twice of this. So that's 12 into 9, 108 square units. Okay, I hope that's clear. Next out in the series, calculate the area of the shaded region, that is red over here. So here we have been given a rectangle of dimension 10 and 20, 20 by 10, and there is the diagonal over here that you can see, and two equal circles have been drawn over here, right? Now we have to find out the area of this shaded region that is colored in red. Now that's pretty simple problem, friends. Just understand the simple thing. Now this diagonal that divides this rectangle into two equal parts, right? Now we have two equal circles. Now what is happening over there? See, how do we find out the area of this red region? That is, basically we have a triangle over here, that this triangle, and from this triangle if we deduct this area and this area, we will be able to get the area of the shaded region. Now our question is, our problem is, how do we find the area of this and this? Right, triangle that we know, 20 into 10 by 2. So triangle area is 100, like half of 20 into 10. From that we have to find out the area of this region and this region. Now if you look at the diagram carefully, you will find that this area, basically this area is nothing but this area, right? Because the diagonal divides the rectangle into two equal parts, right? So according to symmetry, this area should be equal to this area. That means precisely from this area of this triangle, what we have to do, we have to find out, we have to deduct the area of one full circle, right? This region plus this region, precisely both of them equals to one circle, one full circle, right? So we can find out the area of one full circle. Now since this is 10, the diameter of the circle will be 10. That means the radius will be 5. So area will be pi r square, that is pi into 5 square, that is 25 pi, right? So 100 is the area of the triangle, and 25 pi is the area of one full circle. So the area of the shaded region or red region is 100 minus 25 pi. So I hope this problem is clear to you. You just have to understand the concept of symmetry. Since this diagonal is dividing the rectangle into two equal parts and there are two equal circles, that means the area of this portion will be equal to area of this portion, right? Diameter of large circle is 84 centimeter. All the four circles are of equal area. Then find the area of the shaded region. Okay, so that is one more doubt on geometry, or I can say mensuration. So here the large circle is this, and diameter of large circle is 84 centimeters. So I just draw the diameter over here. Now precisely area of the shaded region will be what? From this entire outside circle, the larger circle, we have to deduct the areas of these four smaller circles, but we have some region is common, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 regions we have common, right? So we have to consider that also, right? We just cannot blindly deduct the areas of 4 smaller circles, because this in that case this area will be calculated twice, right? So what we have to do, we have to find out the we have to consider the area of this overlapped region as well. Okay, now how can we make this problem simple? What I can do is, just wait for a moment, I just draw some lines over here to make the problem simpler. Now look at here, I have drawn these 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now these lines are nothing but, see, this line is tangent to this, right? So basically this angle will be 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree. All the circles are equal, so all the sides will also be equal according to symmetry. And apart from that, these two lines, they are intersecting each other at 90 degree. So this figure is nothing but a square, right? So if this is a square, now what we have to do, what we can do is, from the area of this larger circle, the large circle, what we can do, we can deduct the areas of these 4 semicircles, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And we can say that this is diameter, because if I draw the diagonal of the square, that is this, from this point to this point, this point to this point, that just a moment, I just draw it for you. Now the diagonal of square, they intersect each other or bisect each other at 90 degrees. So this angle is precisely 90 degree, right? So this triangle, just look at this. right? So this angle is 90 degree, that means angle in semicircle is 90 degree, that means this should be the diameter of the circle, right? So diameter of the circle is equal to side of this square. From various concepts we can say that this is a square and this is diameter of the circle, right? Now since we have two circles over here, right, you just can see, so this full length from this point to this point, it is 84, that is the diameter of the large circle. That means from this point to this, right, that is the diameter of the smaller circle should be 42, right? That means the radius of the smaller circle must be 42, that is 21. Okay, so that is radius. Side of the square, that is diameter of a smaller circle, so that is 42. Okay, now we can find out the area of the shaded region. So the area of the large circle is pi r square, so pi into 42 square, minus area of these four semicircle, that is equal to two circles, so 2 into pi r square, that is 21 square, minus area of this square. So area of this square will be what? Side is 42, so area will be 42 square. Okay, so since we are talking about competitive exams, so generally this much calculation is not given in exams, not asked in exams, so probably your answer must be there in pi and some data like this. Okay, so since I have been asked a doubt without options, so I just don't know what are the options available over here, so just leaving it as it is, according to the options you can do the calculations further. Okay, but I hope the concept is clear.